Hey crafters, Leo with Dreaming Tree, and welcome to the assembly video for our card box. Now we've made our 4 beautiful brand new cards, and let's say we want to store them for ourselves or we want to give them as a gift. We've created a beautiful little box for you here. Okay, we're going to start off with these 2 pieces. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to connect these 2 together. This is going to be the inside compartment that kind of holds the cards together. So we can begin by applying glue to one of these tabs, these trapezoid shaped tabs. The one on the bottom is actually just rectangular. Okay, we'll grab the other end of this, the side that does not have the tabs, and let's line that up. Make sure it's flush at the top. Press that down. Okay. I'm not putting anything special on the inside of this since you're not really going to see much of it. The one thing that we will do actually, the sides are going to be visible, and I've got 2 different patterns here. We're going to put this one here so we can kind of do that now while it's flat. Okay, and just want to get this centered so that we have an even border all the way around. And I did absolutely no inking on this project, on any of these cards or anything. Just kind of left them alone and let the design sort of carry everything. Okay. And that one's going to go there. Perfect. All right. So we'll go ahead and close this up. We're going to apply glue to this guy here. And you can actually do this flat, so flatten that out, bring the other side over, and it should just fit. You shouldn't have to do any sort of aligning, just press it down. Make sure it's making good contact throughout. There we go. Okay, so that's the little compartment. And then what we're going to do, we're going to tuck these 2 tabs in. You'll notice that one of these has a little G on it, and G is for glue. That tab is a tiny bit shorter. We're going to apply glue to that all the way. Bring that glue out to the edge on this end here, and then go ahead and bring the other fold over and just get that aligned nice and flush all the way out to the edge. Okay, we can then flip this over. Grab yourself a dowel. Pardon my head here for a second. And just press that down. So there's your little compartment, and you should be able to fit all of the cards and all of the envelopes in there with some room to spare if you wanted to add some more. Okay, but there's that. And then we have the outer part of this. Okay, so this is how it's going to work. We have this part here that has score marks in 2 sections. This one has 1 section, and then this is going to be the front. Okay, and you'll notice that on one of these, this one has a G on it. Okay, so this is going to go like this. We're going to put glue on this section here because that's identical. So we're going to take and apply glue to this whole section here, like so. And let's get that glue out to this edge. Flip that around. Just like that. Okay, and then we're just going to pop this in here. Nice and flush, nice and centered. Line that up to the very edge. And then you can actually just take it and press it down. Make sure it's good and centered. Okay, so this is going to be like that. And then this should also have a G on it. And that's going to go in here, like so. Okay, and that's going to be your little lid. So go ahead and put your glue on the G part. And spread that out all the way to the edge. And And that's the part with the G. So obviously we don't want to see it. So that's going to get tucked in. Get it nice and centered, nice and flush. And then you can press that down just like that. Okay, now while we have it completely flat, we need to put our little panels in place. And let's start with this part here. So this is going to go on like this, nice and centered with an even border all the way around. You can pick some fancy floral paper or whatever you want. You can make it out of cardstock too, doesn't matter. You may as well use something really pretty. Okay, get that nice and centered. Even border all the way around, like that. Then we have a little strip. It's going to go right here. Make sure that it's aligned this way. The sides match up just to keep everything consistent. Here we go. That looks nice. Okay, we have, take a look here. Now, what I would suggest doing, just to make sure it looks as good as possible, remember that this is going to be here. So let's take these patterns that we cut out and just kind of put them in place and see which one looks good. That one looks great right there. I've got flower here, flower there, flower in the center. Perfect. So I'm going to put this one right here. That turned out really pretty. I did a little bit of, was a little strategic with how I placed these patterns on my mat, just to make sure that it looked really nice on the end result here. Okay, nice and centered, nice and even, border all the way around. Press that into place. There we go. We have a little bow that we're going to add to it, and this thing's going to be held closed with some Velcro. So here, check this out. Looks like a little envelope, but just kind of off to the side. Okay. All right, so we have a few more panels to put on. This one's going to be on the bottom. I'm not really concerned about its orientation. You're not really going to see it too much. And then there's one that's going to go on the back. And then we just need to take that compartment and glue it into place, which is very simple. We'll do that one step at a time. And you know what? Let's just be meticulous about this. And let's see, how do I want that? That looks nice. I'll just do it that way. So that's going to go right there. What a beautiful little box. Super quick. Not gonna. That's what I love about this bundle, and I hope you guys appreciate it, because I know we have a knack for making some pretty intense cards with little pieces and this and that, and you know, we're trying to listen to your suggestions. I know that a lot of you enjoy that, no doubt, but sometimes you just want something a little bit quicker, and I think we found a really good balance between elegant and quick. I've got a little section there that I just did not get enough glue on. I can take my little scrap piece of paper with some glue on it and just tuck that right under, just to make sure that isn't going anywhere. Beautiful. All right, so now this guy's going to go inside here, and we're going to start off by gluing this to, so now remember, this is the only part right here that will actually move. The front and the back and the bottom are all going to, they're all going to be glued to this little compartment inside. Okay, so here's what we can do. Let's start off by applying glue to the bottom of this thing. It's okay if you go a little bit heavier here. Okay, and you'll notice that there's a set of score marks here, and that's just to help you make sure that you get it nice and centered. Once you get it in there, let's take this, the back and the front, and fold it in just to make sure that it is in fact centered. Okay, that looks good. Now we can let it go. We can push down from the inside. Definitely use a dowel. I would not You don't really want to get your hand in there at this point. Help that stick. Okay, next, I'm going to take and glue down the front like so. You can do the back first, doesn't really matter. Let's apply glue to the face of this here. Okay, bring that up, and then you can actually just put that down on your surface. And if you feel comfortable getting your hand in there, you can. Okay. There we go. Seems like it's making good contact. We'll flip this around now, apply glue to this side, and just do the same thing. Okay. Just pop that down. If you need to kind of nudge it in a little bit, totally understandable. I'm going to use a dowel because that's pretty sturdy at this point, and I don't think it wants to, this part doesn't want to bend up. There we go. Okay, check that out. There we go, look at that. Okay, so now to keep this guy closed, I'm going to cut me a little Velcro dot. I mean, if you have little magnets that you want to use, you can use those too, that's fine. Okay, we'll peel off the backing on one side. Just like that. And I'm going to put it right here on this point. And then take the other backing off. It's kind of a pain sometimes. Might help if I get it closer to my face. There we go. Okay. And we'll just take it and make sure it closes. Make sure it's flush on the top and centered. And then press that little foam or Velcro dot down. And listen. There we go. Okay, so now it opens and closes nicely. Beautiful. All right, I mean, it's pretty cool just the way it is. But of course we added a little bow to it just to jazz it up. I think it gives it a nice look. And I noticed here that I didn't get the edges of my panel glued down completely. I'm going to fix that. I want it to look nice and pretty. Okay, so that's that. Now let's take a look at our bow. You're going to grab yourself a dowel and holding it in the center here, you're going to place the one of the loops here between your finger and the dowel. Lift this up about 90 degrees and run the dowel through. Do that on both sides. And you'll notice that there's a little score mark here, a little score mark here, and then there's a score mark down in the center here. I'm going to go on this side here. I'm going to bring that in and glue that right to the center there where you have the other score lines. Just match that up right in the middle and press that down. Simple way to make a bow. You can use you can make one out of ribbon if you want, but I like these. I think they're easier. Okay, we'll put glue on the other one and bring that in. Match it up with the other rectangle from the other loop. Press it down and hold. Just like that. Okay. And then I'm going to take this little piece and just get it centered and then just fold it over. And then fold the other side over. And we'll just glue one end to the other. So a little tiny bit of glue there. Press that into place. Like so. There you go. And then we have our little tail here. I'm going to take and train this, give it a little bit of a curve. And the flat edge on top there is going to get lined up with the center of the rectangle so that it looks like that. Okay, so we can actually apply our glue to the entire back part of this. Get that nice and centered, make sure it's level. in the center. You can put a little bit of bling there in the center of the bow if you want. Give it a little extra dimension. There we go. And just pop that right on there. And there you have it. Okay. So if you want, you can also, you can use more than one Velcro dot. It's up to you. I think one's fine. There we go. That's gonna do it. Don't forget to put a little bling there and have yourself a beautiful little card box. So that's gonna do it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please visit us on our YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button. While you're there, hit the little bell so you get notifications anytime we release a new project, whether it be paid or free. And if you make this or anything from our fancy Flourish cards, I'd love to see it, and so would the rest of our community. So head over to your Facebook and find our group by looking up Dreaming Tree Official. That's where you'll find myself and about 46,000 of my crafty friends. So again, thanks for hanging out with me, and as always, I look forward to crafting with you again. Hey, thanks for crafting along with me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, check out some of our other videos, and please consider hitting that subscribe button. Also, don't forget to visit our site and check out our free SVG section, where you'll find over 140 free SVG files complete with assembly tutorials. I'll see you in the craft room.